Angry guy here, and women are losing their minds as men refuse to date them and become passport bros. Women are losing their minds as men refuse to date them and become passport bros. Today, we're going to be looking at more videos from women who believe that they still have value and that men should still be chasing them and are having a hard time accepting that men are no longer chasing them. Men are walking away from Western women, Western society, and starting new lives with Filipino wives overseas. Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
I will make that hypocrisy hurt.
You ever realize how alone you really fucking are? And it fucking sucks. I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of fucking doing it all alone and can't really tell anybody what the fuck's actually going on because then I'm gonna be fucking psycho. And how I really feel. Because then I'll probably be put in a fucking mental home. So I come on here and fucking talk to y'all who probably could care less that I even fucking exist. Happy birthday to me. Never fails. My birthday every fucking year is awful. Really wish I could just delete my birthday because if something's gonna go wrong, it's going to definitely be maximized around my fucking birthday. Crying fucking sucks. God, it sucks.
Welcome to a man's life.
How many guys have not received a gift for their birthday in years? How many men don't even celebrate their own birthday? I know so many guys that don't even remember the day. I have literally forgotten my birthday many years. Like, oh shoot, it was my birthday today? Oh well. Anyway, I got shit to do. All right? As men get older, our birthdays mean nothing. But when it's a woman's birthday, oh, we have to remember that shit. It's the day, one of those days you have to mark, just like the anniversary. And women are realizing now, as men are walking away and not worshiping them and putting them on the pedestal, even days like their birthday, that's just going out the window. All right. Women undervalued men. Women, and again, you know, the irony is they're just gonna. A lot of them are just gonna get with their little friends and start bashing men even more, and that's only going to continue. And they don't. The irony is they don't realize men have left. Men have left. Men have walked away, and they're not coming back. It's like these videos are just basically like the sisterhood. You know, it's like they're basically screeching and hollering as they fall as they head off into spinsterhood. It's the truth. Like this is just a screech until they head off entirely into spinsterhood because that's where they're headed. These women are headed for 1, 2, 3 spinsterhood. Okay, I know it hurts. I know it hurts, sweetie. But guess what? Y'all did it to yourself, and men are sick and tired of the crap. Okay, look at her. Their women are losing their minds. These men refuse to date them and are becoming passport bros. And they can't. Women have no one to blame but themselves in the West. And I already told you, you have these women overseas, and these foreign women, they are competing for foreign men right now. They're competing for Western men. They're competing for these Western men because Western men are the highest value men in the world. Western men are the tallest men in the world. Western men are the wealthiest men in the world. That $30,000 in another country, that's like that's the equivalent of like $300,000. All right. I'm not joking. I am not exaggerating. The spending power in many of these countries is so much different. In the Philippines, many people live on $3,000 a year, and that's enough to have to pay your rent, have a home where that's rented and furnished and provide for a family. I'm not saying it's easy, but that's what most Filipinos live on. And then in the United States, and it's the same in places like Mexico too, where people might just make $300 for the entire month. All right. But then you go over there with your $30,000 salary. That $30,000, that's 10 times what these people make in a year. All right. That's like 300,000. That's like the equivalent of $300,000. So the quality of living is going to be substantially higher. You're going to be able to do much more with that. You're going to be able to rent an entire house for literally for literally a couple $100, maybe less than $200. You're going to that's what I did that when I lived overseas. You're going to be able to eat like a king, a couple $100, $200, you'll eat. You can live $200. That's enough money to live comfortably, to eat comfortably, in these countries. Someone reached out to me from Brazil and said, angry. I was complaining about the cost of eggs in America. Someone reached out to me and said, angry, right now I'm in Brazil and I pay 50 cents for a dozen eggs. Like, guys, this is no joke. That when men go overseas, they are the highest of value men. These men are working hard. They're dedicated. These are men who are willing to provide. Guys, if you're enjoying these videos, by the way, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Turn on notifications to never miss another video again. And also like the video because it tells YouTube you want to see more of my content. And YouTube will show you more of my videos in your suggested videos as well as on your homepage. Also, guys, if you like what I'm doing, consider donating to the channel via Cash App or PayPal. You can see the links on the screen, and they're also in the description of the video. Give me some Red Bull money so that I can do more and have my wings. And yeah. Guys, these women thought that they were going to be able to continue on and continue, with this nonsense, and that's just not it. Men have reached their breaking point, and men are not putting up with the crap anymore. Men are walking away, they're staying away, they're starting new lives with Filipino wives, and women are going to have to deal with that. They're going to have to accept that this is the outcome. These are the results of feminism. These are the results of feminism. This is what happens after feminism. This is what happens after 50 to 60 years of man hating and bashing men and hating on all men and telling men that they're worthless and stealing the children of men. Guys, it's so crazy. It's so crazy because right now a lot of people don't realize that men have lost all empathy. Men have lost all empathy when it comes to women. They really have. The beta males don't actually care about women. They really don't. The beta males don't actually care about women. They're just thirsty. All right? The simps don't actually care about women. They're just thirsty and desperate. And that desperation is not helping them anymore. It's not helping women anymore because these are low-value men that can't do anything. These are not men that are working on themselves. All right? These guys that are spending all their money on OF models, they're not contributing anything. These are not marriageable men. These men are a joke. They're an absolute joke. All right? And women are beginning to pick up on it. They're beginning to realize, holy crap, the simps that are hovering around me, these are not men that I can fall back onto. These are not men that I can say, okay, well, worst case scenario, I can go and marry one of them. Any man, what's happening right now is that simps that are seeing the passport bros take off are like, wait a minute, there's freedom over there? And someone's like, there's freedom over there. And they're getting their passports and they're getting the fuck out. And they're like, holy shit, there's freedom over here. I'm never going back. That's literally what's happening. All right? These men are leaving and they're not coming back. And I'm telling y'all, you're going to see eventually where women are beginning demanding that the government intervene and put a stop to these men leaving. They're going to try to, this is what they're doing. They're trying to characterize these men, saying that these men are trying to traffic, and then they're going over there for women who are not of age, and then they're targeting women who are uneducated and poor and desperate, and they're using these women for domestic servitude and labor, and it's complete lies, because if you go over there and you're abusive, they will arrest you in these countries. What's actually happening is these women are coming up. These women are doing extraordinarily well, and the governments in these countries are well aware of this. They know that they know that the women in America are full of crap. All right, the men that are leaving are the high value men, because these are men with enough money to actually be able to make the move and then to go over there and to start new lives with Filipino wives and hold down a family. These are the high value men. But women are like, I don't give a crap about you with your little $20,000 and your $50,000 job. Yeah, guess what? That $20,000 is enough to go over there and get a huge house that you're paying pennies for, and furnish that house and live comfortably with your wife and your children or your girlfriend, whatever, if you don't want to marry her. All right? And then work, and then you're working overseas, and then so you start working overseas, you work remotely. So also almost all of the money that you make, you're keeping, because it's very little. You're spending very little money to maintain your lifestyle. A lot of people over there spend $1,000 less. A lot of Americans who go overseas, a lot of foreigners, they go over there and they spend less than $1,000 a month to maintain their lifestyles. We're talking about rent, food, everything else, entertainment. All right, school fees for their kids. They go over there and they spend less than $1,000 a month to maintain their lives. So if they're making 50 grand, all right, they're putting 45 in their pocket. Do that for 10 years. You end up with guys, do that for 10 years, you end up with guys who have almost $500,000 laying around. You have men going overseas and becoming wealthy because they're not spending their money. And they're so, and then by the time, let's say the marriage comes to an end, by the time the marriage comes to an end, these guys have lived 10 years of bliss, 10 years of being fed, of having someone who cooks and cleans for them. They have children, all right? They're not going to lose their kids. They're still going to see their kids. A lot of these guys, they just turn around and they get themselves another Filipina, and they start all over again. Or they go to Thailand. Guys, there's a lot of men who have children all around the world. Men are done. Women are losing their minds as men refuse to date them and become passport bros. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. We'll talk about it more. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.